Namaste, all my little friends. This is Ravi Kishore. I am back again with another interesting bedtime story. So, it's time to get cozy in bed, pull up your blanket, close your eyes if you like, and listen carefully. Tonight, I am going to tell you a very special story from ancient India, from the wise old Katha Upanishad. It is the story of a brave and wise boy named Nachiketa, who was not afraid even of death itself, and he taught everyone what real knowledge and dharma mean. Are we ready? Let's begin. Long, long ago, in a peaceful kingdom, there lived a pious old rishi named Vajashravasa. He decided to perform a grand yajna, a sacred fire ritual, to give away all his possessions as charity, means dana. He wanted to please the gods so he could gain great merit, but he was not completely honest. Instead of giving away his best cows, he gave old, weak, or blind cows who could neither eat nor give milk. It was charity only for the namesake. Watching all this was his young son Nachiketa, a bright, sincere boy who always spoke the truth. He asked his father politely, "Oh father, to whom will you give me?" At first his father ignored him, but Nachiketa kept asking again and again, "Oh father, to whom will you give me?" Finally, angry and embarrassed of being questioned in front of others, his father lost his temper. He shouted, "I will give you to the death, to Yama." At once, Nachiketa understood his duty. Even though his father spoke in anger, he had to obey. He had to obey his father's words, because the words spoken in truth and ritual must be honored. So, Nachiketa set out all alone to the house of Yama, god of death. When Nachiketa arrived at Yama's abode, Yama was away. For 3 days and nights, Nachiketa waited outside, hungry, thirsty, and cold. He never complained. He sat with a calm, patient heart. When Yama returned and saw the gentle, fasting boy waiting at his door, he was worried. "Oh, a Brahmin guest is like a fire," said Yama. "If I don't welcome him properly, I will be cursed." So Yama hurried to greet Nachiketa. He washed his feet, offered him water and food, and said, "Oh dear child, I have wronged with you. Ask for 3 boons to make up for the 3 nights you waited unfed at my door." Nachiketa bowed respectfully and said, "My first boon is that my father's anger may be calmed. When I return, may he welcome me with love." Yama smiled. "Granted. Your father will sleep peacefully tonight. He will be free of anger and will love you dearly." Nachiketa then asked, "My second boon is, teach me the sacred fire sacrifice, that is, the yajna, that leads to heaven, so people may gain endless merit." Yama agreed happily. He explained the exact way to build the altar, the chants, mantras, and the offerings, Homadravya. Nachiketa listened carefully and repeated everything perfectly. Yama was so pleased, he said, "The first shall be named after you. It will be called Nachiketa fire, Nachiketa Agni, and whoever performs it correctly will attain heaven." Then came the third boon. Nachiketa grew serious. He said, "Oh Yama, when a person dies, some say they continue to exist, others say they do not. Tell me the truth about what happens after death." Yama was startled. He tried to dissuade the boy. He said, even the gods wondered about this. Choose something else. Take long life, wealth, kingdoms, beautiful maidens, anything but this question. But Nachiketa was firm. Keep your riches. I don't want any pleasures that end in death. I want to know the truth. This alone is the boon I ask. Yama tested him. Are you sure? Pleasures will pass you by. Don't ask me this. But Nachiketa replied bravely, no, all these things last only until death comes. I want the truth that conquers death. Then, seeing his determination, Yama smiled. You are indeed worthy, Nachiketa. Listen carefully. Then Yama taught him the secret of Atma, self. The Atma or self is eternal. It is unborn and undying. It is not slain when the body is slain. It is smaller than the smallest, yet greater than the greatest. One who knows the self crosses sorrow and death. Yama told him, he who realizes self, shining with the heart, leaves behind grief and fear forever. Death cannot touch him. Nachiketa listened with full attention. He understood the deepest truth of existence. Because of Nachiketa's honesty, courage, and learning, he did not just save himself. By calming his father's anger and perfecting the Agnikarya, sacred fire knowledge, he restored the true spirit of the yajna, not hollow offerings, but real dharma, truth, and knowledge. He proved that yajna without truth is worthless, but one done with right understanding benefits all. At last, Yama blessed Nachiketa. Return home wise and free from death's fear. Teach others what you have learned. Nachiketa bowed and returned to his father, who embraced him with tears of joy. He lived life in dharma, teaching that knowledge of self is the highest knowledge, and that truthfulness and courage are the real sacrifices the world needs. And so, my little friends, the story of Nachiketa teaches us that being truthful, brave, and eager to learn is more valuable than any treasure. No matter what happens, we should always do what is right, even if it is hard. Now it's time to sleep. Close your eyes, dream of stars, and remember, like Nachiketa, you too have a light inside you that is eternal. Good night, my dear friends. Sleep well. Shubharatri.